Tonga, located 2,000 miles south of Hawaii, is a great place to swim with humpback whales, who migrate here from Antarctica each summer to birth and breed. Even 20 people in the water won't keep this young female from satisfying her curiosity. She seems to be having as much fun as we are. Having made the 4,000-mile journey from the Antarctic feeding grounds, she will just hang out here for the next 3 months, until she heads back south. She is too young to breed. The humpback whale is an endangered species. I hope that sharing this brief encounter provides you with a better understanding of this gentle animal and an appreciation for their place on our planet. Each fall, manta rays gather in the Maldives in large groups to feed in its nutrient-rich waters. Manta rays are perhaps the most graceful fish in the sea. With a wingspan that can exceed 20 feet, these gentle relatives of sharks are a treat for the underwater photographer. And like many shark species, mantas must swim continuously to keep oxygenated water flowing over their gills. Weighing up to 3,000 pounds, mantas have one of the highest brain-to-body mass ratios of all fish. About 15 years ago, a National Geographic team discovered this special location in the Maldives, where up to 100 manta rays gather at certain times of the year to feed on zooplankton. As far as I know, this is the largest gathering of mantas in the world, and we are fortunate to be here to film this awesome spectacle. Mantas have no teeth, guiding the tiny shrimp-like creatures directly into their stomachs. They can keep this behavior up for hours. During feeding, they guide food into their mouths using their large cephalic fins. At special locations called cleaning stations, Mantas regularly stop by to be serviced by small wrasses and other fishes that pluck dead skin and parasites from their bodies. No one really knows how these special locations develop or how the mantas know where to go. The whale shark is the largest fish in the sea, reaching a length of up to 40 feet and weighing in at 20 tons. They have no teeth and, like manta rays, are filter feeders. This was our last diving trip and one of the most memorable underwater experiences we have ever had. There is a sandbar in the Bahamas known as Tiger Beach, where these apex predators come to interact with divers. Underwater, the sharks are attracted to the bait that has been set on the sandy bottom. A female tiger shark, measuring more than 12 feet in length, glides gently among us as we take wonderful close-up pictures. There is no fear, only awe at being in the water with this majestic animal, which can reach a length of 20 feet. In Hawaii, the tiger shark is known as the ancestor spirit. Some early Hawaiians worshipped, cared for, and protected sharks as family gods and would not hunt or eat them. They believed that a departed ancestor took the form of a shark after death and appeared in dreams to living relatives. As in all species, the young ones are very curious, so I gently guided her away from taking my stick. Not easily dissuaded, she tried another diver and finally got her way. She is actually playing with the stick, a behavior not generally associated with large sharks, and as far as I know, one that has not been filmed before. As you can see from our interaction with them, they can be gentle, playful, and somewhat shy. I am glad to share this experience with you and to let you witness another side of this majestic ocean predator. However, swimming with great white sharks does not seem like a good idea, so we will stay in the cage.
Watch your ball there, please.
Cut! That music is sending the wrong message. Each fall, fishing boats from the United States and Mexico come to Guadalupe Island for the tuna run. Male great white sharks arrive in September for an easy meal of tuna caught in the fishing lines. We are not sure how these sharks navigate, but all sharks possess an impressive array of sensing systems, including a series of electromagnetic receptors spaced around the head, called ampules of Lorenzini. They allow the shark to detect levels of stress and could aid in navigation. In October, the females arrive. Scars are seen on many of the sharks, evidence of competition among males for mating rights. We are here in November. The sharks are fat, mellow, and content, having little interest in the bait dangling in front of our cage. With little fear, our intrepid cameraman ventures outside the cage for a close-up. Not to worry, this shot is a phony, composited with smoke, mirrors, a green screen, and good software. Sharks date back more than 300 million years, predating dinosaurs, and have evolved essentially intact for the last 100 million years. Yet, in the last 50 years, humans have managed to decimate some shark populations, with reports of more than 100 million killed in 1 year, mostly for their fins. In our opinion, the Indonesian islands provide the best underwater little critter photography, and we're taking along a friend as we explore this pristine environment.
But how will I get all the way to Indonesia? It's on the other side of the world. I can't just swim there.
This is the easy part. Just close your eyes and dream about beautiful coral reefs. I'll do the rest.
Oh my! This is really beautiful. I've never seen so many fish in one place. Look at that school of little fish. I need to get closer to see what they are. Catfish. Cute little catfish. Look, there are the divers. It seems that everyone has a camera. I wonder what they are looking at.
Nudibranchs, which are perhaps the most colorful of all the underwater creatures, are favorite subjects for the underwater photographer. The name means naked gills, which are exposed in most species. Having no eyes, they rely on their rhinophores to provide sensory information. Nudibranchs, which are members in the mollusks family, evolved from snails millions of years ago, discarding the protection of the shell for more mobility.
I seem to be lost again. I wonder where the divers are this time.
You have mail.
These small critters are really neat, but I'm having trouble seeing them. Now That's cool.
It has been 14 years since we made this animated film, featuring our 5-year-old grandson. We hope you enjoy it. And the little boy went with his grandparents to see the fish in the famous Monterey Bay Aquarium. Duncan took his new jack-in-the-box with him so that he could play with it during the long car ride. After lunch, he took a walk on the beach to see the waves and play in the sand.
Duncan, you have to go now.
Whoa! I didn't know there's a forest under the ocean. Now that's a pretty fish. It looks something like a goldfish. Uh-oh.
Actually, it's called a Garibaldi, and it's the state fish of California. There are lots of them here in Monterey. But how did you get here? It's kind of strange to see a jack-in-the-box in the Kelp Forest.
Well, I was tossed in the ocean by the boy who was playing with me. He tried to get me, but the tide carried me away. I've never been in the ocean, and I've never seen a talking bubble.
Well, I've never talked to a toy before either.
That was very funny. And where did you come from?
Does everyone under the water talk?
Actually, no. At least not until you got here.
I was thrown into the water by the boy who was playing with me. This is really a fascinating place. I'd like to see more.
I was just on my way south for a winter vacation to Mexico. Do you guys want to join me?
I'm kind of stuck here in Monterey, but you guys go along and take lots of pictures.
Mexico is pretty far from here, and I can't swim. How will we get there?
Don't worry. Just close your lid and hop in. Oops! Hey! That hurts. Now batten down the hatch and let's get going.
Sorry.
Dios mío, miren esos dos payasos, parece que fueran de otro planeta.
Wow! The water is so much warmer here in Mexico. Thanks for taking me along.
No problemo, mi amigo.
No problema, mi amigo. Look at you two gringos. I'll bet you came from California.
Actually, we did. We're here on a vacation to get away from the cold water in Monterey.
Well, mis amigos, you came to the right place for warm water and sunny skies.
Okay, let's go. Oh my, a seahorse out in the open.
This has been great, but I'm getting a little homesick. I'd like to go home now.
Okay, but the current is picking up. Actually, it's pretty strong.
I don't believe this. I've never seen a jack-in-the-box underwater.
I was tossed in the water by the boy who was playing with me. He tried to get me, but the tide carried me away.
You talk?
It seems that lots of things talk under the water. Anyway, we've been trying to get home for some time now, but the current takes us further away.
I remember Duncan losing his jack-in-the-box on the beach in Monterey.
We're also from Monterey.
Hello.
Hello? Duncan, come down to the beach for a big surprise.
Okay, Grandma, I'll come down to the beach now.
You go on now. I'm going to hang around Hawaii for a while until the current changes direction. Maybe we'll meet again someday.
Bye, and thanks for a wonderful adventure.
Duncan was very happy to find his jack-in-the-box washing up on the beach. Of course, he never knew about the adventures under the sea. It sits in his room watching everything that Duncan does. The end.
Oh, Grandma, that was a wonderful story.